Hello, my name is Ryan Harper, and today we're speaking with Liz Hartman, a Marine Corp veteran, and she's speaking to us today about the American Legion and everything she does for them. So let's take a look.
I was 20 years old when I joined the Marine Corps. I turned 21 at boot camp. So it was interesting being a bit older when I joined. At the same time, I joined at the perfect moment. I realized I had gone to college for 3 years before I joined the Marine Corps. At about that junior year of college, I had the realization that I wasn't going to achieve what I wanted to achieve in life unless I did something drastic and really changed my path in life. And the Marine Corps was that path. The Marine Corps was that way I could make this drastic change and get myself out of the environment I was in. And that's why I'll forever love the Marine Corps for what it provided me. In that regard, it was perfect. And I recommend everyone who gets the opportunity, consider joining the military because it does provide pathways in life you never would have otherwise had. I moved to North Carolina in early 2019. My husband was actually stationed at Marine Corps Air Station Cherry Point at the time, and I was hoping to get closer to him, and I've been working with Edward Jones ever since. So I am the commander of American Legion Post 539 in New Bern, North Carolina. We boast the largest OIF and OEF population of an American Legion post. So Operation Iraqi Freedom, Operation Enduring Freedom. We have a very young veteran population in our post. We're very active. We're trying to innovate and just really reinvigorate American Legion posts across the country. Join the American Legion. If you are transitioning out of the military, whether you realize it that first day when you get out or you realize it 10 years later, you are going to miss that brotherhood. You're going to miss that camaraderie and that unit and those people who just get you. Join the American Legion. You will have that brotherhood, you'll have that sense of purpose again. And then it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but when you do have a rough day, when you do have a down day, when you're curious about what path to take when it comes to a new job, or if you've just got a question about life, you will have a massive tribe of people who have been there before you and can guide you to that next step. Not to mention, it will be the American Legion that fights for you every single day. For instance, we saw the PACT Act passed in August of 2022, which included the Camp Lejeune Justice Act. And in Eastern North Carolina, we have seen every single day advertisements from law firms that haven't been the most caring with exorbitant fees. They've been what some would consider unscrupulous and predatory, and they've been blasted everywhere. Everywhere we look in Eastern North Carolina, it's on billboards, it's on newspapers, it's in radio, it's on TV. The American Legion, literally as of this week, has been fighting on Capitol Hill to ensure that fees are capped should someone go to an attorney. It was the American Legion that led the front on ensuring the PACT Act was passed so that veterans would receive care for those presumptive conditions as a result of toxic exposure. Join the American Legion. There is power in numbers. At some point in your transition, you will need something, whether it's just a friendly person to talk to, or it's medical assistance, or it's VA claims assistance, and the American Legion will always be the one fighting for you. I joined the Marine Corps in 2011 as an Arabic linguist. I realized I wanted to be a part of something that was larger than myself, and I needed to find purpose in life. And the Marine Corps really did provide that for me. I got out of the Marine Corps in late 2014 and went back to school, and to this day, I can confidently say everything I've achieved, I would not have achieved if it was not for my time in the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps really provided me the life skills and the education to be the successful business person that I am today. Yeah, so I had studied Arabic for a little bit in college prior to joining the Marine Corps. Then when I took the D-Lab, it was determined by my score that I would be well suited to go to the Defense Language Institute and learn that language. It was a blast being a linguist because you are surrounded by the brightest minds in America. These are truly the most intelligent individuals you will ever meet. So every day was a little daunting in knowing that you were surrounded by the best of the best. You were constantly challenged, constantly learning. Every idea, every belief you ever had was really tested, and you were able to have arguments that I don't think you get to have on a daily basis once you get out of the Marine Corps. And so in that regard, being a linguist and training with those other linguists was truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I desperately wanted to be close to my husband, so Edward Jones was one of the only firms that sort of allowed me the autonomy to determine where I wanted to plant my business. So I was able to set up my own shop in New Bern, which allowed me to be close to both Marine Corps Air Station Cherry Point and Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune. It also allowed me to sort of take control of my own schedule. So when veterans events come up, like the March for the 22, or if we have an American Legion meeting, I'm able to take some time away from work in order to make sure I'm where I need to be. So I meet with individuals. I primarily work with active duty military, veterans, or their spouses. When they come in, we sit down and we talk about where they are today and then where they want to be in the future. And then we determine if they're on the right path to get there and achieve those goals. And if not, what steps can we make to get them there? So we want to make sure we don't just build wealth, but we protect it and then ultimately make sure it's passed on to future generations in the way that the client really wants, and make sure we do it in that tax-efficient manner. I want people to know veterans are what make a community vibrant. We signed up to serve our nation when 99% of the population does not. And when we get out of the military, we still want to serve. Your volunteer organizations are filled with veterans. We are resilient, we're team leaders, we're phenomenal communicators. We come with a high level of skill and education that you don't have to pay for, so we're a huge asset to any organization. We make organizations great. When an organization is looking to hire, they should be searching for veterans to fill their ranks. Say yes to every single opportunity that is presented to you, no matter how wild it may seem or how unattractive it may seem. It doesn't matter if you don't want to do it, because you have no idea what that one opportunity, where that one door will lead. I can confidently look back at my career and say the reason I am where I am today is because I've said yes enthusiastically and with open arms to opportunities and experiences that others haven't. There are beautiful opportunities. They're just frequently hidden in what appears to be challenging situations. You just have to be willing to embrace them.